What's up? What's up, everyone? Matt here. You might recognize me from such features as struggling through the Leadville 100 mountain bike race. I also like to ski and snowboard. In this first video, I want to take you, the good people of Sports Basement, to Palisades Tahoe. I'm going to show you around the resort, runs you should take a look at. I'll also give you a sense of the logistics for it all. So where are you going to be parking? How long is the drive up? What can you expect? In this first video, I hope to give you everything that you need to have a great first day at Palisades Tahoe. So right now, I wanted to show you guys what you are going to need to have a successful first day up on the slopes. Bro, this isn't the slopes. This is like some weird little interrogation room. Like, where's your art decor, bruh? You are correct, my observant friend. Before we get to the slopes, you got to make sure you got the right gear. So let's just jump into it. Let's see what kind of gear you need. Oh man, I don't really know what that was, but I didn't like it. Oh. Yeah. So the first thing that you need to have in order to successfully ski or snowboard is either a ski or a snowboard. So I've got my trusty little snowboard here. This is the Libtech Orca. One thing that you can do before you go to Palisades Tahoe is take your board or skis in for a tune-up. You might be able to see on this board here, but I've got some gouges from the previous season. They're not too bad, you know, nothing super crazy, but you can see on the edge here, there's like a little bit of beat up stuff. And you can take these boards into Sports Basement and they will apply a fresh coat of wax and buff out some of these imperfections that you pick up when you hit rocks, you know? Next up, you're gonna need boots. I've got some Burton boots right here. They're actually some step-ons that go with this setup here. Getting a comfortable pair of boots, I think, is one of the most important things you can do. A helmet is a low-cost and smart way to protect your little noggin. I'd recommend getting a helmet before you hit the slopes, just so that you can get one that's comfortable. You're gonna be wearing this thing all day, and different helmets have slightly different shapes, and so some might work better for your head than others. So definitely a good idea to wear your helmet. In fact, let me just put this thing on here. So comfortable and cool. That's the big thing, comfortable and cool. The other thing that you're gonna want is a pair of goggles. So when you are snowboarding or skiing, it's really bright out there. You are getting the light from the sun reflecting on the snow, and that can hurt your eyeballs. Also, it's cold, and when you're speeding down the hill, you just want some protection on your little eyeballs. Sick. These are some Smith goggles. I like the little combo with my helmet here. I look like a little bug. So that's it. I'll see you in the car. So driving up to Tahoe typically takes about 3 hours if you're coming from the Bay Area. The thing you gotta watch out for is weather and traffic. So if there is a big snowstorm, it's gonna take a lot longer. And if you're going up during high traffic times, it's gonna take a lot longer. So 3 hours if you go when there are not a lot of people on the road, and many more hours if there's traffic or snow. Alrighty, so now you've made your way to Tahoe. Congratulations. If you're staying overnight, that's a pretty great way to be able to get to the slopes nice and early. Make sure you just put your stuff in an unorganized mess in a corner. That way, in the morning, you'll be able to fight with your family or significant other as you struggle to get to the slopes by 9 a.m. Oh, look at this. Is this fireplace real? I can't tell, but it's pretty warm. All right, so you've got everything you need to have a successful first day on the slopes. There's one last thing you need to do. You need to get invigorated. You need to fill yourself with the spirit of Lake Tahoe, with the energy of Lake Tahoe. So let's get into that. Let's do that. Oh my God. Wow, feels so good. Great idea. All right, so you're on the mountain. The thing you need now to actually get on the mountain is a lift ticket. So you can get lift tickets either from Palisades Tahoe or from Sports Basement. This season, you can get a 20% off promo code for Palisades Tahoe at Sports Basement. So just head down to your local sports basement store to pick that up. You can buy your lift tickets at Palisades Tahoe out the window, but it's often more expensive that way. The other thing with lift tickets is the further in advance you buy them, the cheaper they are. So if you know that you're going up in a couple of weekends, it makes sense to buy your tickets now so you can save yourself some money. Once you've got the lift ticket, you will be able to get on the mountain and start shredding that gnar. So parking is like a little crazy at Tahoe. So I'm up here on Saturday. It's a Bluebird day. There was just a ton of snow in December. And this parking lot filled up right around 9:30, 9:45 this morning. So if you are planning to come up and get some turns in, make sure that you get to the resort early. I'd recommend being in the parking lot by 9 a.m. so that you can have a decent spot. There are overflow lots that are in different parts of the resort, but you got to take a shuttle to get to the lifts, and it's more of a hassle. So you can swing it. Definitely recommend getting to the slopes a little bit earlier. All right, so in these next couple of clips, I just want to show you some of my favorite ski lifts and runs in Palisades Tahoe. This is definitely not all of the chair lifts that are out there, but it is some of my favorites and lifts that I have some clips from. So right now we are seeing some clips from Red Dog. The Red Dog chairlift is a true classic. You've got blue and even a little bit of green terrain off of the Red Dog chairlift, and you've got some really fun Black Diamond stuff. Some of these clips are from a powder day last year, and this is in the Red Dog tree section. It was pretty sweet because not a lot of folks go to Red Dog. They go to some of the more popular lifts, and so you're able to get some really nice powder shots. Up next, we've got Gold Coast. Gold Coast is really, I think, the best run at Palisades Tahoe to refine your skills as an advanced beginner or an intermediate. You've got these really big open fields of snow where you can practice your turns, you can practice riding switch. There are some trees, so you can practice kind of zooming in and out there. It's just really, really fun at Gold Coast. I often will warm up by doing a couple of runs down Gold Coast when I get to Palisades Tahoe for the first time. To get to the Gold Coast Express, you need to take the gondola from the bottom half of the mountain to the top half of the mountain. And once you're on the top half of the mountain, it's a short chairlift ride up to Gold Coast. So next up, we've got Headwall. So Headwall is, I think, one of the classic advanced lifts in Palisades Tahoe. It'll take you to the backside of the Siberia wall. It'll take you to the Headwall face. It'll take you to the Sun Bowl. There's a lot of really advanced terrain off of Headwall, and so if you are comfortable going down Black Diamonds, this is definitely a run you've got to check out. Headwall is also a run that you can, or is a chairlift that you can take to the top and then do a run all the way down to the bottom of the mountain. Top to bottom, it'll typically take me about 10 minutes. And that's, 10 uninterrupted minutes of skiing or snowboarding, which is pretty epic. All right, next up, KT22. KT22 is a classic. You get to it from the base of the mountain. It takes you up to some of the best terrain in Palisades Tahoe. This is definitely an intermediate or advanced chairlift. There's not really easy green runs down from here. Palisades Tahoe is famous for the fingers, which you can see from KT22. It's like this little rock face that is directly below the KT22 lip. And on powder days, people will send it off these cliffs, 25, 30, 40-foot jumps. So definitely check out KT22. This is another clip from a powder day up there. And, it's just steep and deep, floating around in all this fluffy goodness. Can't beat it. Can't beat it. All right, another run, Siberia. Siberia Bowl is another one of my favorites. It's just a nice big open bowl. You can get some really amazing turns. When you're starting to try and learn how to navigate steeper terrain, I think that Siberia is a good place to learn because even though it's steep, there aren't cliff hazards that you sometimes deal with on some of the other runs. And it's just got amazing views, and you can do a top to bottom mountain run pretty easily. One of the things that I like about Siberia that's a little scary is when you come up to the edge and look down, it always looks pretty steep and intimidating. But as soon as you get going, it's really manageable, assuming you know how to control your turns and slow down. Siberia is another one of those runs that's super fun to do on a powder day. It feels like the turns just can't get turny enough, and things are just euphoric. So can't recommend enough getting up to Siberia Bowl. All right, so thanks so much for coming along with me on this journey. I hope that you have everything you need now to have a successful first day in Palisades Tahoe this year. I'm going to be making additional content for Sports Basement related to snow stuff, so if there are things in this video that I didn't cover or other topic areas you think are worth exploring, let me know. Comment on this video or comment on the Sports Basement page. I'll look at that stuff and we'll likely incorporate it into the next one. So thanks for spending this time with me. I hope you have a good rest of your day, and I'll see you on the slopes.
We got the shot. Look at him go.